Hi, everyone. Welcome to Spill the Tea Radio, where we interview awesome singer-songwriters and those who influence their lives. Spill the Tea Radio explores the journey, creativity, and inspiration behind the songs. My next guest is a guitarist and composer who has been a contributor to the creative music scene in Canada since 2003. As a singer-songwriter, he has emerged as a member of the Toronto chamber jazz outfit Hobson's Choice. In 2018, he began performing on his own solo projects as a songwriter and has since put out 3 releases: Unconfined Invisible, Two Tomorrows, and Our Canopy, which was an EP co-released with Rebecca Hennessy. So, let's spill the tea with Harley Card. Welcome, Harley.
Thanks, David.
So tell us what's involved in that kind of project, because when we spoke last year, Two Tomorrows was released as a single, and now you've expanded on that project. And I know that sometimes these are long-term labors of love to get them to fruition. So what has been going on since the release of this single last year, and how has it evolved into the project that it is today?
Yeah, so Two Tomorrows, and there's another song. So yeah, as you mentioned, we released the title song, Two Tomorrows, back in 2022. And it was always the it was always conceived to be part of a bigger project, like a full-length release or an EP at the very least. So yeah, it has been in the works for quite some time. We also did another song sort of around the same era, entitled Bloodshot Moon. And both those projects were done as remote recordings where everyone was contributing their parts from
Hmm.
their own studios. And then my co-producer, David Hermiston, was the one tasked with mixing it and putting it all together. So those were sort of the first two pieces of music that we worked on, and it was more of a remote project. The biggest venture we've done so far towards the album was this past June 2024, where we went into the studio and did a bunch of tunes as a group together in the studio. So like a lot of live off the floor. We had a guest artist, Colin Fisher, play electric guitar on that session. And we've since had some other guests contributing some other parts. So yeah, so we've been kind of chipping away at it, and like they're sort of the bulk of the songs were done this summer. But then, as I mentioned, there's some other outliers like the previous tunes we did, including the single Two Tomorrows. And we're actually currently working on sort of the last bed track of a song that we didn't get to in the studio in the summer. And we're working on that at another friend's studio, Todd Pentney, who's a great producer and keyboard player.
Well, let's get into Two Tomorrows, the latest song from Harley Card. Harley, tell us about the song and what was the inspiration to write it.
Um, yeah, I guess the inspiration, um, I suppose it was a period where I felt like um, a bit of like feeling, common feelings that we all go through from time to time, like in terms of struggling and kind of reaching for something that you can't attain. And then I guess the song sort of ended up taking this form of being an affirmation of like hope and redemption that the chorus, how does the chorus go? In a dream span, I can feel the warmth of the sun, a bright light shining, as sure as the morning will come. So kind of this idea that there's always hope and redemption around the corner, no matter what trials you're going through in life. That's sort of the general theme of the song. But then it also sort of some other ideas sort of took um, were in play, just in terms of the idea of like two hemispheres of the earth being like two tomorrows, and a metaphor for the idea that things can kind of go either way, and that there are multiple potential outcomes. And then that also sort of points to the just the concept that, that there, the theory that there are multiple realities, multiple dimensions. Yeah, so that's sort of the general idea about the song. But then at some point, I came up with the idea that the way we would produce the recording was to treat the song like the guitar and the voice. So I did my guitar work and my vocal, and then our guest singer Alex Samaras also sang along, and we had that as sort of the bed track for the song. And then what I wanted to do was treat the project like a chance composition, so that everyone would be listening to the bed. So Jeff Luciani, Dan Fortin, and Matt Newton, the other members of the group, would contribute their parts, but not be able to hear what everybody else was doing. So it's sort of a chance composition in that, like, it could very easily clash. Like if they had an idea of what they were going to do. The other instruction was I wanted to treat the song like the guitar and the voice was the bed track, and I instructed everyone not to treat it like they're playing in a rhythm section, like to more think of it as like they're going to, provide some other accompaniment or some other gestures that would, contribute to the overall track. But basically my rhythm guitar is acting as the rhythm section. So anyway, the result we got, like, we didn't do that much editing after. Like everybody kind of picked a spot to do something that sort of worked cohesively as the whole. So that's part of the reason why we've kind of retired the song from the road, because I feel like what we arrived at in the studio with the recording is the piece, and that we can't really replicate it, nor can we improve upon it. It's just sort of is what it is. It would be nice to maybe one day return to it and like reimagine it and do something different. But yeah, it was sort of a fun experiment to get to that point with the project.
Well, let's take a listen to singer-songwriter Harley Card and his song, Two Tomorrows.
Taking imagination churns away, tries to see through heavy haze. You found an intuition in a dream, maybe a messenger. Perhaps you'll see a day past two tomorrows. At night, reaching for a satellite, looking for a shot of life. A sting wells up inside as stone falls from the sky. Like shooting stars shake from your heart this summer. And in a dream span, I can feel the warmth of the sun, a bright hope shining, as sure as the morning will come. Looking back at you, with its heavy-hearted hue. Reminiscing lights appoint the tropic skies. It's easy to see, indeed, there's two tomorrows. And in a dream span, I can feel the warmth of the sun, a bright hope shining, as sure as the morning will come. And in a dream span, I can feel the warmth of the sun, a bright hope shining, as sure as the morning will come. And in a dream span, can feel the warmth of the sun, a bright hope shining, as sure as the morning will come. And in a dream span, I can feel the warmth of the sun, a bright hope shining, as sure as the morning will come.
That was Two Tomorrows by Harley Card. Harley, how do people find out more about you and your music? What's the website, the socials, and the streaming platforms?
Yeah, so Two Tomorrows is available on all the streamers, that tune in particular. Other stuff you can find on my Bandcamp. You can always visit my website, harleycard.ca, to see what I'm up to. And you can follow me on Instagram. It's Harley Card 2025.
We've been in conversation with Harley Card. Harley, thanks for being with us.
Thanks, David.